Hi, I'm Tinny from Mini Bowl Design, and today I'm playing with lights. Just for this short beginning of the video, just to give you some idea of how many lights I have in my room. Yeah, that's better. Hi, I'm Tinny from Mini Bowl Design, and today I'm up in the studio. Now you can see that the light reflects on my glasses, drives me nuts. So for this video, I'm just going to take them off, and I think that works better. No big deal. Now, today we shipped. I went out this morning and got to work. Beth had, I think, had a couple special orders. Altogether had like 15 orders. And we took the first 10. Now I shipped out the gentleman's lid. Can't remember his name. Big lid. He's the one that had trouble emailing me through PayPal, but he got it straightened out, sent it to the right email address, and I shipped that out today. Another gentleman was having a problem with a BIOS carry case, and I took his information, went out, built one just the way I normally do, and evaluated it. And it didn't burn as well as the BIOS 5 does. So what I did was I changed a few things, quite a few things actually. So it's not quite as much storage space in it, and it's not quite as versatile, but it burns like a BIOS 5. And that's, after all, that's an important part of the whole thing. And I shipped him the new one that I made. I shipped him one of them, so he should be all set there. Also, he had 2 silicone bongo bodies. That one of those that didn't get in with his order. He got a lip guard instead or something. So anyway, I shipped him a couple of the bongo wick stove bodies too. So we should be all set there. Let me see. There was another gentleman in Denmark that wanted some rivet nuts, and long story short, he should have those in a few days. So I think I'm all set there. Now, somebody I was talking about having a hard time keeping up, shipping one day, building in the next day, and that's what I'm going to continue to do. Somebody said, why don't you just hire a school kid to make lids for you and make it a lot easier? Okay. And I guess people wouldn't know this, and I've kind of taken it for granted just because I've been doing it so long. But lids are not a wham-bam thing. Lids are extremely complicated. There's a lot to building lids that people don't even know about. You start out with a 3x3 sheet of 25 thousandths aluminum. You have to feed that through a shear and cut pieces. You have to feed it through one way, and then you have to take all the pieces and orient them the other way and cut them to come out with a square blank. And that's not for a beginner. That's to get everything in there just right and get it to work right. It took me quite a while to figure the process out so it came out right. And then once you have a stack of the blanks, 100 blanks, then you have to put the template on them and find the center point and circle them and take them out, punch the center hole in them, which has got to be right on the money using a punch press. Then you got to trim the corners. Then you have to put them in a lathe and cut the blanks, and that's not for the faint-hearted. That's a lot of danger involved. You have to really be careful what you're doing because you've got a lot of really jagged pieces of aluminum spinning at high speed in a lathe, and you have to take several cuts, and you have to keep the tension on it. And not for a beginner, believe me. And it took me a while to just get it so I could do it myself. And once you get the blanks, then you have to contend with, I think, around 12 different dies. And each one of these dies is not just don't put the blank in, boom, boom, no. Each one of these dies has a personality. There's something about it that you just have to know from experience in order to get the lids to come out correctly. And some of them are a two-step process where you use 2 different dies. There's a fair amount to it. Then, before you put them in the dies, you have to put them in the finishing lathe. And some of them, when you make the blanks, the round blanks, they'll have an edge on them. You have to put it in the finishing lathe, each one, and polish the edges to get that edge off it so it'll come out right. Then you contend with the dies. And once you get it through the dies and get a good product there, then you have to label them all, because it's real easy to get them mixed up, because some of them are just a little bit different than others. And then you have to take them back to the lathe and install the knobs, as well as making the knobs. So this is not something that a schoolboy can just come in and take some lid blanks and make some lids for you. It's very, very involved. One of the more involved things that I do to get a good quality, straight, smooth, good looking lid with no sharp edges on it is complicated, very complicated, as is virtually everything that I make. Now, what I've been doing, and I know this sounds insane, I've never written down the dimensions of anything. Everything I build, including lids, the dimensions are all in my head. Well, I'm getting old and I'm starting to forget stuff. And I'm finding myself, when I go to make a product, going and getting one out of the drawer and looking at it, measuring it to refresh my memory. And that's not good. So what I've done is today I installed another computer out in the factory on the main table out there beside Big Bertha. And I'm putting all the information into that computer for all of my products. Today I put in a simple stove, photographed it in 2 different ways so you could see through the top and on the side, and then I went into WordPad and created a file there that sits right beside the picture. You just click on open up with all the dimensions and all the little footnotes of things you have to do, which is pretty sizable. The dimensions and then little things, this has to be folded this way, and this has to be done that, and blah 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 blah, on all the products. It's going to take me a while to get them all in there. When I get them all in there, it'll be a good reference library for future. And as I change things, as I did the BIOS carry case today, I will go in and update the files. So that's what I'm doing there. Now, it's a very overcast day today, but it's above freezing. It was like 35 degrees. Nice day, dead calm, and it's snowing, very overcast, and snowing fairly hard. We're supposed to get a foot of snow out of this, 10 inches to a foot of snow in this storm, but it's a spring storm, I call it. It won't last. The ground isn't frozen, so the snow is not going to, and the snow is really wet, so I don't think it's going to last very long before it melts. Spring's on its way. Spring is on its way. So, I think that's everything for this video. I'm Tinny from Mini Bull Design. Get out and hike, take a friend, enjoy the great outdoors, and more important than anything, try to have some fun today, and try to have a really great day. Bye-bye.